Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be sawing up some ash logs. I had some ash logs over here that's been sitting there for a while. I just want to sort of get them milled up and cleaned up and get the log yard cleaned up a little bit for some new and fresh logs. And so we got about two 5-footers. No, this is about 5.5 foot, 66 inches. It's 17.5 inch on this end, and I forget on this one. It's about 28. We'll say 28, maybe we'll just say 28, could be 28.5, and it should have some nice crotchwood. I do like the ash tree. I've had a few projects that I made with the ash. I made a workbench, put on wheels that we could put our planer and our table saw on, and I also made a table for my wife Eliza, who manages here the Airbnb here at Meadowcreek, and the laundry room was able to make a stand for the washer and the dryer out of ash, and then I overlaid it with some cedar, and so I really like the ash log. Next to my recliner on the table, I have an ash slab that I didn't do much with. I just took the slab and put some polyurethane on, and it's for my books and the remote and whatever. But so I really do like the ash log. There's one interesting tidbit with the ash before we start milling this and this other log, which the other one's over here, it's a little bigger, is that there's not much, as far as I know, medicinal value with the ash. But what's interesting with the ash is, if you're into mushrooms, it's where the morel mushroom is. A lot of people say that the morel mushroom is one of the best tasting mushrooms there is. I actually have never had morel. We got morels around here, but it's usually early spring, and I just never have the time to go out in the woods to search for them. We have chicken of the woods and hens of the woods, oyster mushrooms, chanterelles, and shiitakes and stuff like that. But never the morel. But if you want ever to search for some morels, the ash tree is a favorite for them to grow under. So that's an interesting tidbit for the ash. But we're going to get middle on this log, and glad you can join us. And let's see what we can get done today. Wait for it. No, didn't happen. There it goes. Okay, we're going to see what we got with this. Maybe put some water on, maybe not this one, but maybe the third one down. The blade's getting a little dull, so I'm going to have to change the blades. Or change the blades. Change the blades. Still looks like it's making some straight cuts. All right, well, we got this log done, and there's some interesting figures. It's got some really beautiful inclusions and crotch figure and some knots. These are some pretty unique ash logs, and we're going to get into this other one. I said I was going to change the blade, but I didn't. But I'm going to need to change the blade and get the tractor and put this next one on because it's a little too short for the log lifter. So we're going to get that done. So while I'm doing that, why don't we just take a little break, and I'll be right back. Alright, well, we're back from the break, and well, I didn't realize this log was this wide, which is, I guess, a good thing, but we're going to have to do a little manicuring on it. So I'm going to probably have to take that knob off there, and then a little bit on this to get it down to about 35 inches and see if I could get everything to fit on. And I'm glad I got a new blade, and this should be an interesting ash log. I mean, it's going to have some good crotch figure, and just overall, I'm going to be excited. So we'll get this thing milled up, get it cut up and milled up, and then we'll put a little water on it and see what we're looking at. Go. Yeah, I think they're making for some good slabs. I think this one at 2 1/4, 9 1/4, and the one below it I did 10 quarters, 2.5 inches. I think I'm just going to do that for the rest of the way down. Yeah, it's some nice boards. Can't wait to see what the next one looks like. Oh yeah, it's getting heavy. I got a tape measure here. I got my microphone here. I don't want to smash. Maybe I'll try to get it in my pocket. And hopefully I can carry this thing out there. Oh dear. This is a nice one. Ooh, doggy. Oh, that'll make for a nice table. Well, a nice figure in here, crotch wood, and got a nice little rotten spot that would look beautiful with some epoxy and the edges there. Wow. Wow. Well, there you have it. I'm glad you can join us. Hopefully some of you stuck out to the end, and I'm really happy with the way these ash slabs turned out. The figure, the crotch figure, the bark inclusions, even where the knots, even some of the decay. I think these things are going to make for excellent tables or whatever anybody thinks to build out of them. But I'm very happy. I'm just glad you could join us. Continue to join us. We got a lot going on. Soon we're going to get that kiln up and running, and then we'll get these slabs dried and put them on the market. And hopefully you'll stick around, and we'll see you on the next video. Everyone have a blessed and wonderful day.